Welcome back to Rockin' Boxes Underground. I'm your host, Sean. Hey, check this out. Okay, so a lot of stuff. Yesterday I was discussing Jeffrey Epstein and the whole Lolita Express with Bill Clinton. Now, what the hell was Bill Clinton doing on a plane 26 times with a child molester? What in the blue hell? And you couldn't tell me that Bill Clinton didn't know about this? Really? Anyway, just... it disgusts me because I don't understand why this Epstein isn't in jail for all the things, known pedophile, whatever he does on his island. He's probably got it surrounded with sharks, probably piranhas, so nobody can swim up and find out exactly what's going on. Probably in and around his little compound, he probably has alligators and all kinds of, eat you kind of whatevers, lizards and all kinds of stuff. So that way, venomous snakes. So that way you cannot see what's going on in the compound. Pedophilia, I have no room for it in my life. I have 2 children of my own. Ever touch my kids, broken legs, broken arms, you will never walk again. I will make sure you will eat through a straw the rest of your life. Pedophilia, you do not touch kids, ever. So I do not understand how these people do not know about Bill Clinton being on the Lolita Express right now doing a book tour. The audacity of this guy, outright in your face. Here, mofos, take this. This is you. This is in your face. I can do what I want because #MeToo will never touch me for some weird, odd reason. It's just pathetic.
She was the air hostess on board the notorious Lolita Express, the billionaire's private jet at the center of a sex scandal making lurid headlines across the world. Sleazy Wall Street tycoon Jeffrey Epstein used the Lolita Express to ferry a bevy of beautiful young women. Among the passengers, former President Bill Clinton and Britain's Prince Andrew.
On almost every trip that I did go on, there were young girls around.
In this Inside Edition exclusive, Shantae Davies takes us inside the secret world of the Lolita Express, named for the controversial book and movie about a professor's infatuation with an underage girl. Shantae made several trips on Jeffrey Epstein's infamous Lolita Express. She says she was one of several young, attractive women hired to travel around the world, giving massages or yoga instruction to Epstein and his rich and powerful friends. When Shantae was hired, she was a struggling 22-year-old actress. She once played a lingerie model in a movie called Exposed.
These designs are really great.
Shantae worked as a masseuse, but says she never had sex with Epstein.
Did you ever think that maybe more was going on than simple massages?
Looking back, of course.
Was there a bed on the airplane?
Actually, yes, there was, yeah.
On one memorable flight on board a plane like this provided by Air Hollywood, she says she made peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for passengers, including Oscar winner Kevin Spacey, actor Chris Tucker, and even Bill Clinton. They were all flying to Africa on a humanitarian mission, and Jeffrey Epstein had given them the use of his jet.
So you never gave President Clinton a massage?
No, I didn't.
Shantae says when the plane landed in Africa, Clinton took her shopping, but she says nothing improper occurred.
They had shut down a jewelry store for us, and I helped him pick out a bracelet for Chelsea.
It was a jet-set lifestyle for sure, but Shantae says she felt uncomfortable about being part of Epstein's collection of young women.
You saw young women around Jeffrey Epstein, and they didn't seem to have regular jobs, and you started wondering, why are they here?
Yes, yes.
When you look back, are there red flags that you should have seen at the time?
Definitely, yeah. Why fly anyone out to be a masseuse when there's plenty of masseuses in the same city that you're in?
Epstein served 13 months in prison for soliciting an underage girl for prostitution. Now just looking at the front page headlines the scandal has generated brings Shantae to tears.
To have to deal with that and then on top of it defend my character, I'll have children one day, and they'll read this.
She wonders whether she'll ever be able to live down her time on the Lolita Express.
More than anything, I just felt stupid. Yeah, I felt duped.
We begin with a story of sex slaves, underage girls, a billionaire, murder, a prince, and at least one former U.S. president. What has been the biggest scandal in the UK since World War II has now come to the U.S., and it may involve former President Bill Clinton. The story surrounds this man, billionaire Jeffrey Epstein, who served time in 2008 for soliciting prostitution. That charge came as part of a plea deal. It all began in 2005 when Epstein was investigated after a woman reported that he paid her 14-year-old daughter $300 for sex. And since that initial claim, there have been more than 40 women who have come forward with claims that Epstein is a sexual predator and that he not only abused them, but shared them with famous and powerful friends. Well, flash forward to today, and a lawsuit is underway in Palm Beach, Florida. In that lawsuit, multiple mentions of former President Bill Clinton, who reportedly took multiple trips to Epstein's private island. You see it here. It's called Little St. James. It all happened between 2002 and 2005. Now, according to testimony in the lawsuit, at least one woman on that compound was there unwillingly. She is referred to as Jane Doe 102. She was forced to live as one of Epstein's underage sex slaves for years and was forced to have sex with politicians, businessmen, royalty, people working in academics, etc. Now, to be clear, in 2008, when the plea deal happened, Clinton cut off ties to Epstein, but maybe not. According to the UK Daily Mail, the lawsuit claims that Clinton was friends with an unnamed woman who kept images of naked underage children on her computer, helped to recruit underage children for Epstein, and photographed underage females in sexually explicit poses. Now, while Clinton cut off ties with Epstein, this woman's abuses apparently did not end their relationship, as she was reportedly one of the 400 guests at Chelsea Clinton's 2010 wedding. So what did Bill Clinton know? What was he a part of? According to the Smoking Gun, as part of a civil suit filed against Epstein by several of his victims, lawyers for the women floated the possibility of subpoenaing Clinton, since he might well be a source of relevant information about Epstein's activities. Now, while Clinton was never deposed, lawyers obtained Epstein's computerized phone directory, which included email addresses for Clinton, along with 21 phone numbers for him, including those for his assistant, Doug Band, according to a court filing. Now, I spoke earlier with Dennis Hoff, the owner of the Bunny Ranch in Nevada, and a man who personally knows Bill Clinton. In fact, Hoff photographed Clinton with two of his Bunny Ranch girls at a charity event in Los Angeles in March of last year.
Hey, how you doing? Welcome back to Rockin' Boxes Underground. I'm your host, Sean. Hey, check this out. Okay, so a lot of stuff. Yesterday I was discussing Jeffrey Epstein and the whole Lolita Express with Bill Clinton. Now, what the hell was Bill Clinton doing on a plane 26 times with a child molester? What in the blue hell? And you couldn't tell me that Bill Clinton didn't know about this?
Running scared.
Really?
It's because you are willing to stand up and confront them. Now, this next video clip I'm about to go to is incredible on so many different levels. This is a man who showed up at Bill Clinton's book signing tour, which we are having a Bill Clinton protest here, a Me Too Bill Clinton protest Sunday evening, 6 p.m. Central, outside Bass Concert Hall, this Sunday in Austin, Texas, outside of Bill Clinton's book speaking tour, hashtag Me Too protest, outside Bass Concert Hall, this Sunday, 6 p.m. Central. Hope I can see you there. I'll be there. And this is why they're panicking right now. This is why they're scared, because the average human, the average American is willing to stand up, willing to confront the corruption face to face. Now, you remember the Bill Clinton is a rapist contest that went viral and was all over mainstream television news. Now we're doing the same thing to his book tour. And look at this most recent clip where a man confronts Bill Clinton inside a crowded theater over his trips on the Lolita Express.
Why did you fly on Jeffrey Epstein's Lolita Express 26 times? 26 times, Bill. Why? What were you doing on Jeffrey Epstein's plane? He knows. James Patterson knows who Jeffrey Epstein is.
Now, pause it right here. I want to explain something about this video that's potentially the most incredible thing to me. This is a crowded theater, an entire hall full of people, hundreds of people here, it looks like, to see Bill Clinton and hear him speak. And here's one individual, the only individual in that entire crowd that's truly alive, the only individual amongst the brainwashed sheeple that can still think. And the reason I say that, you'll understand later in this video. Watch as he continues to confront Bill Clinton over his 26 trips on the Lolita Express, which, by the way, dozens of which, more than a dozen times, he ditched Secret Service to go on that plane. Why would he do that? Let's go back to the clip.
Child sex trafficker, you flew on it 26 times. Shut up. What, you got nothing to say? You know you did it. James, tell him who it is.
This isn't open session, man.
It's not an open session?
Not for questions right now, okay? So you can just sit down.
You wrote a book on Jeffrey.
Sir.
26 times, Bill.
If you go sit down and then let them continue, you can't disrupt the event.
You didn't investigate it.
Okay, let's go.
You didn't investigate it. Look it up. Jeffrey Epstein. Who cares? Yeah. Yeah. We know, Bill. We know, Bill.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, have a good time, folks.
Can you guys name the person in your early life?
Jeffrey Epstein.
All right, there's another part on the end there that I wanted to get where he's walking out and the guy's like, oh, you're insane. You're insane. Can we get that? Is that possible to get? Play the end real quick, because this is key.
We know, Bill. We know, Bill.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, have a good time, folks.
Can you guys name
There's Bill Clinton and Kevin Spacey.
Jeffrey Epstein.
So Clintons are friends with Spacey, Epstein, Weinstein.
So fine. Why's that?
You're acting
Okay, so at the end there, the guy's like, you're acting insane, you're acting insane. He's the only one in the crowd that's not insane. He's the only one in the crowd that has a brain. He's the only one in the crowd that has the ability to think critically and freely. Everyone else in that crowd is a brainwashed minion. He's the only one that's still alive. And what do? They point the finger at him and say, you're insane, you're insane. No, dude, he's the last of you left that's still alive. Incredible.
You know, someone very profoundly once said many years ago that if fascism ever comes to America, it'll come in the name of liberalism.
If you are receiving this transmission, you are the resistance.
Owen Schroyer here for Infowars.com, and this Sunday, Bill Clinton's book tour is coming to Austin, Texas. Now, Bill Clinton got away with all of his abuse of women while he was president and over the decades and beyond. And now the left wants to start a hashtag #MeToo revolution for all the victims of toxic masculinity in Hollywood and in government, but they want to leave Bill Clinton out of it. Well, we're not going to let the left get away with that. And so we're going to be having a protest, a Me Too protest outside Bass Concert Hall, Sunday, June 10th in Austin, Texas. Bring your Bill Clinton rape t-shirt from InfoWarsStore.com, bring your Bill Clinton rape whistle from InfoWarsStore.com, and protest Bill Clinton's book tour coming to Austin, Texas, Sunday, June 10th at 6 p.m. Central. And if you can't be there to protest Bill Clinton with your Bill Clinton rape t-shirt and your Bill Clinton rape whistle from InfoWarsStore.com, then you can see the live stream starting at 6 p.m. Central at InfoWars.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, Robert De Niro.
I'm going to say one thing.